Welcome to your daily focus for January the 3rd, 2017. My name is Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly. And before we begin, thank you. Thank you truly, for all of the positive, loving, supportive. We had a card turnover. Okay. Stop the video. The Ten of Coins appears. Well, this is the Yes card. We have found the key. We have picked the box. We open it up, and the abundance is there, and it's right to the brim of all we ever wanted and more. So let's see how that translates into the reading. So anyways, thank you. Thank you for all of the loving, positive, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. Truly. Now, let's see what the energy is going to be for us today. We already had the Ten of Pentacles, which is a very positive omen, I would think. The Two of Coins. We go from the Ten of Coins to the Two of Coins. We go to the end, and now we are at the very beginning. So maybe that's what's on the table for us. That's what's on offer. But first, we have to look at how we are balancing our lives. How we're staying upright. And I noticed the blue, so there's a lot of thought. So this could be more of a day of meditation, prayer, reflection of how to bring in the balance in our lives, how to maintain the balance in our lives. What does balance mean to us? What does it need to look like or feel like? What do you need to be a part of? What people surround you? What are you doing? He just ate something that I don't think he was supposed to eat, because he's giving me that guilty look. Three of Cups. Fun, joy, giggles, laughter, celebration. Receiving good messages. Messages that cause celebration in our life. And justice. Bringing in the balance. Once again, bringing in the balance. Today is very much about staying balanced, staying grounded. We start off with the Two of Coins, and there's not a lot of balance to be had here. So justice is here to remind us, with all the fun and the laughter and the giggles we might be having today, we better keep both feet on the ground. We better keep a clear head. We better think before we act. Think before we speak. And I don't think it's a day, with the Three of Cups in the middle, we may be talkative, we may be outgoing, we may be looking for the smiles, creating the smiles, the laughter, the giggle, or participating at least in it, which is all wonderful, because so often I tell you to stay in the moment and giggle and laugh, and now here we're getting this moment where it's telling us to giggle and laugh, and I'm going, but justice is at the end, telling us to maintain a balance, to not go over the edge on anything, to think before you act. Let's see what our angel card will be. It just buzzed. We had travel fallout, and we had leadership fallout. 10 and 15. 1 and 6. I would think this has more to do with the leadership within the family and what you consider family. Family doesn't necessarily mean the people that you were born into, or the people that are born into your life, but it could be, your work family. It could be somebody close that you just feel that connection, like your soul sisters or soul brothers. That you just have that connection, and it's just there, like you've known each other forever. best of friends, and travel. So travel could be a lot of different things. We could physically travel, or we could travel in, I'm thinking I saw game night. Play Monopoly, play the game of life, play, any of those games that have travel or going to different places or building something and moving on in life. Those are the kind of things I'm seeing. So have a game night with family if you can. That's travel, and that is bringing in the joy and the giggles and the laughter while maintaining a balance, because you can't go over to the extreme with Monopoly money. And being the leader, taking charge. And I kind of see that bull and the hands so close together. And today it may be a good idea to be a little bit stubborn about loving somebody, about giving that hug, by giving that embrace, that handshake, of letting somebody know that you love them, being determined about it, not putting it off for another day. Showing your love, proclaiming your love, and the security you want to give, the abundance that you want them to receive, the happiness you want them to experience. Let's put that back in. Oh my goodness, we're never going to we'll have a 24-hour marathon here. Celebration comes back out. Look at that, we've got celebration, we've got giggles and happiness and joy. 29 is 11, our portal, getting ready to enter that new path. Defining what that new path is going to look like. But we have celebration. So today is maybe a day to celebrate you, who you are, the people that surround you. Maybe it's giving up a gratitude for the things that you are thankful for, but the things that bring a smile to your face. We'll put that one back in. So I think today is full of happiness and joy, celebration. But we still start with that Two of Coins, which shows an imbalance. New chapter, 46, which is a 10. We've just entered that 10-year, that 1 year energy. 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 7. We could be maybe futuristic thinking today. How are we going to start that new chapter? How does it begin? What's the first sentence? What's the first paragraph? Or is it poetry or writing? What does a new beginning mean to you? Is it taking a new course of study? Is it traveling? Is it growing new friendships, business associates, career options? Is it raising your spirituality? Is it defining yourself as healthy, wealthy, and wise? Are you picking new goals for yourself to become more health conscious, thereby allowing a vitality to be raised around you, within you? What is your new chapter? You have a whole year to write it. But January is a 1 month, so we are really looking at the new beginnings. We are looking at how we can independently step in, and yet I get all this family and but it is the I am. Defining yourself. We have been going inside and fixing ourselves and releasing pain and hurt and allowing endings and closure in our life. We have been looking at certain aspects of our life and saying, I like this, I do not like that. I want this, I shouldn't have that. And so now you've got your pen in the hand and everything is like, oh my gosh, I wasn't expecting this. I want to go forward. I want a new chapter. Well, what does it look like? I can't stress how you really need to tap into the details right now. And if at all possible, write it down. Even if you lose the paper, don't worry about it. In light blue ink, please. That brings out your connection to the spiritual, to the intuitive, to the imaginative. And we start with the Two of Coins, which is trying to keep things in balance. So we know from the very first card that fell out of the deck that there is a great abundance to be had in our lives. But there's a path that we have to actually walk in order to make that happen as successfully as it's shown in the card. And the first step is finding out where your balance is right now. What grounds you? What keeps you grounded? What is your foundation? What are your cornerstones? What do you have to build on? What is dissipating the energy? What is holding you back? What fears remain that we have to purge? And how do we walk through all of this? And that's really what we can tap into today. Understanding how to maneuver. Now, I think throughout the day, we have a lot of fun. We have a lot of joy. Maybe people are giving compliments a little bit more on the street today. Maybe somebody who is, it's almost like a day when even Scrooge would smile, crack a small smile. Because this shows laughter and fun and happiness. And then we had celebration, and we had the Ten of Pentacles. All of those things mean beautiful, happy, joyous events in our life, moments in our life. I saw a video, and I should put it on my Facebook. I'll try and go back and find it. A little girl is talking about, making that New Year's resolution, making the change in your life. And she says, it's not going to be this really big boom. It's a change. It's going to be like a million little things that happen in your life that all come together to make that big change. I thought, how profound for a little, I think she's like 4 or 5. Just adorable. So appreciate all those little moments of now. Don't get carried away in any kind of celebration, any kind of joy and happiness. We want to keep our balance. We want to stay grounded and bring in a sustainable long-term balance. One that we can depend on, one that we know that we have built strong, that it will endure. Because yes, we will have challenges going forward. How can we not when we were stepping into new things? The Fool. The Fool is, naive and young and adventurous in the tarot deck. And so we are that Fool in a 1 energy, but look at, we've got to work through the entire deck. And there's some not so nice moments in that deck. So how are we going to be good in the good times, but in the bad times as well? How have we mastered our empowerment, our courage, our belief, our determination, our persistence? So even though today has a lot of joy and happiness, we need to keep how we are building that balance in our life in the conscious, in the now. Maybe it's getting rid of the clutter. So many people are commenting to me and emailing to me and messaging me about they feel so good about cleaning up the clutter in their life. Things that should have been done years ago, days ago, weeks ago, months ago. But they're getting to it now and they're feeling good about it. They're feeling good about the energy that they are starting to surround themselves with. And so I think that's what we're doing today. And yes, there's a lot of joy and laughter, so it should be very easy to understand what can come into existence. Here I've got the book, and I haven't even shuffled the cards yet for our animals. Now, careful too, when I see this much joy and celebration and happiness, we're a little bit more apt to say yes to things, agree to things. You know, it's like you're at a party and you're having fun, and you know, somebody comes up to you and you don't really care for them all that much, but they say, hey, we're going to go see this movie. It's just opening. You want to come with us next Tuesday? And sure, because you're having a good time. Sure, I'll come. And then Tuesday comes around and you're like, oh, why did I say yes? I don't even like that person. Why did I commit to this? Because I'd rather be doing A, B, C, or D. I'd rather be focusing on something concrete to move me forward. And here I am, another day of fun and joy, and that's good and everything, but I don't even like these people, and I'm probably not going to enjoy myself. Why did I say yes? So this is a day when we can kind of say yes to things that normally we wouldn't have said yes to. So that's, once again, understanding the balance that needs to be. Think before you speak. Justice card, think before you act. Don't allow somebody to take advantage of your good mood, your sweet disposition, perhaps. So we have to keep it conscious. I don't think it's something that's going to be conscious unless we deem it to be. So, you know, this is a day to concentrate, yes, on the new chapter of going forward, of how it's going to be written, of how it starts, of how it begins. And what is it? What does it look like? What does it feel like? Are there people? Are there colors? Are there, you know, experiences to be had? What do those experiences look like? We're building the balance today, and we could get lost in the happiness and the joy of the moment that surrounds us. Awakening. Our little bear is awakening. Uncertainty, openness, awakening, negativity, and hibernation. When we fall asleep, we withdraw our awareness from its hypnotic fascination with physical sensation, thereby enabling us to listen with our now awakening sixth sense. Bear reminds you that you have been hibernating and hiding from your passions and your own true self for far too long. Now is the time to open your mind, heart, and soul and see with all your senses, but most importantly, your sixth sense. Spend some time each morning journaling and listening to your heart. Oh, that bitch, it's driving me nuts. Release the fears and only, so that must have been important. Spend some time each morning journaling and listening to your heart. Yes, spend some time journaling right now. It's important. I keep hearing it over and over again. If there was ever a time to journal, and I don't care if you don't like to sit down and write, you know, 5 minutes, 3 minutes. Set the timer for 3 minutes, right? For 3 minutes. See what happens. See what you write. You can discard it after, you can lose it, you can, but the important thing is to write it down, to think it, to write it, to read it, to see it, to envision it. Release the fears and only hear the love of what you want out of that love. The fears only prevent you from crawling out of the cave, and they cause you to be grumpy and negative. Bear says it's time of your awakening. Maybe you have always wanted to write a book, or pick up an instrument, or learn how to knit. Maybe. You've been afraid to sign up for that class because you've been caught within a web of fear for so long you forgot how good it felt to stretch and feel the love that is around you and the love that you create from within. No matter what speaks to your soul, release the fear and allow Bear to stand beside you to assist you with your awakening. Don't allow your limited view to bring about fear because you are on the verge of something great. You are on the verge of something great. Push the fear aside and feel the awakening bubbling up within you. Bear may be telling you that you need a good, sound sleep, one that is undisturbed and restful. Once you awaken from that sleep, you will feel refreshed and ready to take on the world. And that could be the need for meditation, the need for solitude, the need for reflection, prayer in our lives right now. And that could be our hibernation, our step back. Are you purchasing too much food at the store that is going unused? Or could it be that your closet is filled with clothes that you haven't worn in years? Bear says it's time to simplify, and yes, clean up the clutter in your life. Many of the signs this week in your weekly readings have the World card. That there are things that need to be addressed, things that need to be taken care of. So I do think, Bear has so much good to say, I don't even know where to go back to paraphrase here. Yes, this part. You've been caught within the web of fear for so long that you forgot how good it felt to stretch and feel the love that is around you and the love you create from within. No matter what speaks to your soul, release the fear and allow Bear to stand beside you to assist you with your awakening. And don't allow a limited view to bring about fear. This is about releasing the limitations, and maybe that's why we're feeling good. So we expand our thought patterns. So we expand our imagination into what can be. I think a couple of the readings especially, I definitely use the, making the impossible possible. Now, you have the power to do that. Do you also have the courage? Do you also have the stamina? Do you have the belief in yourself that you can do it, that you deserve it? Remember, Mercury is still retrograde, so we have some time to really think, to really ponder before we actually step into doing something, forward action. And even when that happens, we've got poor Mars in Pisces, getting very close to Neptune, I would think, at this point. And so Mars is like, okay, we're gonna go forward in a bit. We could regroup in 10 minutes. We were going straight. Remember, everybody, we were going straight. Like Mars is like, it's so hard to push, and the Sun in Capricorn is going, come on, people, we have to work the plan right now. We have to make the plan. We have to work the plan. And the Sun so wants us to be that goat climbing that mountain, one step at a time, and making the plan and knowing that we'll get there. And yet all the other energy is kind of keeping us, in maybe happy mode, but a little scatterbrained, a little bit unfocused, a little bit of not having the true clarity of how to go forward. So allow Bear to stand next to you right now. We don't have the balance. The Two of Coins starts our beginning of the reading with, we don't have the balance that we need in order to go forward. We need to keep a close watch on what we are saying yes to, what we are saying no to, what we are stepping into, what we are walking away from. Does it give us balance? Remember the number one question we need to ask ourselves during this time, and that was in stepping into 2017. What am I cultivating? Is what I'm doing moving me forward? Or is it dissipating my energy in some way? Do I need to focus on this? What am I focusing on? Do I need to focus on something different? So enjoy today, absolutely. Tap into this energy of the now. of giggles and laughters and joy and celebration. But while you are doing that, keep tabs on what is making you smile, what is making you laugh, what is making your vibration raise. And that may give you clues, that may give you ideas into what you need to step into going forward. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.